What's up, guys? We are back with another Scrap Flex. Uh, I like to pick up my sabers and play with them while I'm doing stuff, and I kind of took a little bit of a breather and walked over my display case and grabbed a couple elves that I wanted to show off. And this one, again, is Scrap Flex, my Derelict-Inspired Scrap Flex 2.0. The Derelict was an original design done by Brad Lewis of SlothFurnace fame. He's one of the, he might be the lead art director, concept artist, definitely like the god of Saber concepts, in my opinion. I will link his website in the description below. I will also link Nerfherder Customs Graflex 2.0 Derelict. I was definitely inspired by his when I was thinking about doing mine, because there are no original ideas on the internet. There's just not. It's like one of the rules of online. No original ideas. He did his Derelict 2.0 a while back, a couple of years ago, I think. But I was very much inspired by that, and as I've said in a previous video, Nerfherder Customs really turned me on to scrap flexes and what you can do with them. So I will link that video in the description as well. And again, I strongly recommend that you check his channel out. It's one of my favorite channels to watch. But that being said, let's get into this guy. I love this thing. So, we'll start off with the base. This was a Graflex 2.0. I cut the top shroud pretty aggressively. The shroud usually comes down to where this metal aluminum piece ends and the anodizing starts. So I cut off to match up pretty evenly with the ribs there. Nice little clean cut. And then I spent some time with my Dremel and got very well acquainted with it to make this nice little cut here. I wanted it to go up pretty high. I wanted it to sit flush with that little bit of exposed silver up there. And for being a Dremel hand file, a lot of hand file, kind of a abusive setup, it turned out pretty great. I did notch the shroud as well to slip over the control box, which, speaking of the control box, this is which it's no longer made. This is the Great Lakes Saber Co. on Etsy control box. This was his V1. He's got the V2s out now. I think his shop is still on break, which is unfortunate. But he's got the V2s out now, and I'm all about it. I'm going to pick up a couple of those for myself for some future builds. I've actually got a couple on the bench behind me that are going to be using these boxes. I love them. I love what you can do with them. I love how they look. They install super easy. They mount super easy. They're phenomenal. Really good quality, too. I like the details on it. I did mod the box a little bit. I did add this Graflex clamp lever. It's held in with CA glue and a 440 set screw. What are you doing? They think they rule this house. Get down. Get down. Get. Give them an inch and they take a mile. Anyways, yeah, control box. Graflex clamp lever. This is an actual full lever. This isn't, something that I got commissioned. This is something that I cut down, drilled into, modded. It was a job. It was a pain. But it came out great. It sits It's nice and even. It doesn't get in the way. It's still a very nice, comfortable grip. It doesn't pinch anything. It's great. Um, I did quite a bit of weathering on this guy too. Aluminum black, brass black, heat, you name it. Red button thumb screw. I believe this is actually from a 2.0 kit, and originally they were made for having a switch in here so that you can actually switch. So this is red button is actually held in with E6000, but that is the functional thumb screw. Glass eye on the back. I think this is a KR Sabers glass eye from the Saber Armory. Has the brass pins. This blade plug is actually kind of unique. This is one that I made years and years and years ago when I was still doing machining work. This was actually made from some helicoil bits, titanium, just a bunch of random stuff that I found in like a broken parts drawer or something like that, recycling, whatever. But I've been sitting on it for probably about 7 years and just waiting for the right saber, and this was it. I mean, I love how this looks with that blade plug. It looks great. This was a Graplex 2.0 to MHS V2 adapter that I got from TCSS. It was a custom job. They don't make them just ready for sale, which is unfortunate. I really wish they would, because you can get some unique stuff out of it, like this. This is a Saber Forge Jade Fire Mark II, I believe, hand grip. I like the look of it. The actual Derelict has like a MHS sleeve and sleeve material. It's milled, it's cut, it's all that fancy stuff. I don't have a mill. I have a Dremel and hand files, and I can't get those nice clean lines reliably enough to commit to doing something like that. Down at the pommel, this is a Saber Forge Avenger pommel, which was the TPM AOTC Obi-Wan that they did. And to match with the SlothFurnace Derelict, I drilled one of the pommel cubes out for a tri-ring. Again, I like D-rings, I like tri-rings, I don't like cover techs. I think cover techs suck. I don't like how they fit. I don't like that they're in the way. I like D-rings. They're nice, slim, easy. The clamp card, back up to the control box. This is a Luke V2 control box card. I did weather this and try and match it to what SlothFurnace sells. It didn't come out nearly as well as what SlothFurnace does, but again, that dude is insane. He's a wizard. So getting into the actual install itself. The hand grip and pommel unthread, and it just slips right off. This adapter is held on with just the tiniest bit of blue Loctite, just so I don't accidentally try and unthread it, because that will interfere with this whole chassis and might break something. Speaking of this chassis, this is actually the first chassis that I ever designed. Actually, exactly a year ago. Exactly a year ago, this Saber was installed and completed, which is crazy to think about, that it's been A, that long, and B, not that long ago. But I do have some Greeblies on the side. This was all painted with, I think, Testers acrylics. I think I got them from Hobby Lobby, and a little bit of rubber buff. Love using rubber buff. That being said, this was my first chassis, so this is very much a Solo Sabers inspired chassis. But that being said, I did throw some Greeblies on the side here. This little, I don't know, power regulator, whatever you want to call it. Some Death Star inspired cuts above the speaker on both sides. I do have down here, which is a Solo Sabers inspired piece, the Jedi Order symbol right below the Profi board, and Derelict in Orabesh right here, and on the opposite side under the battery is Pure Pazak in Orabesh. 18650 battery, it is removable. Every Saber should have a removable battery, and a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Dark Side Elite speaker. Again, it's my Frank's Red Hot. That shit goes in everything. Everything. I love these speakers, dude. Albert does incredible work. Clamp card activates everything. There is I believe this one actually might be a stock. No, this is a CC Sabers V3 NeoPixel connector. But let's get this handle back on and let's fire this thing up, man. I love this thing. This thing's great. It's nice, slim fit, feels great. Control box doesn't really get in the way. There's a lot of ways that you can grip it. I like having two-handed grip. I like cuts. I like the odd ridges and stuff like that. It just feels good. It feels right. It feels like a lightsaber should feel. 7/8 inch blade. Again, just like every Graflex 2.0. Slips in. You'll feel a little bit of resistance on the pen. I will push it in just a little bit, not a whole lot. Don't cram it in there. Don't force it. None of that stuff. You don't want to break anything. Because this is my personal saber, I like green. Green is one of my favorite colors, and on a lightsaber, it just hits. Nice glass eye, shine through where the bunny ears should be. Yeah, this is sweet, man. I love this thing. And again, because it's one of my personal sabers, I like fonts. That was, I don't remember who did the font, but it's the Smuggler from Smuggler's Outpost, or their Smuggler's Outpost font. Love it. It's a great font. Sounds great. It's meaty. It's beefy. It sounds phenomenal with an SO speaker.
What do you mean, Pazak? What, again?
Atten Rand. One of my favorite KOTOR characters, KOTOR 2. He's the lovable Han Solo type. And part of why I am going by Pure Pazak Customs. One of his biggest lines when he does something that is hard to do or difficult to do or whatever, Pure Pazak. That's the name. Nice yellow blade. I've always used Atten with a yellow lightsaber. That just fits for him, in my opinion.
Execute Order 66.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Anakin. One of my favorite fonts. The youngling scene is really upsetting, but it's really funny when it's on a saber. Especially when you take this to Disneyland and you're surrounded by kids and there are adults that understand the joke. So good.
Savior, conqueror, hero, villain, you are all things, Revan, and yet you are nothing.
Kyberphonic, Revan, match made in heaven. Not a whole lot that I'm going to go over with this one, but...
You ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
This is one of my favorite sabers that I've ever done, that I've ever held, that I've ever had the pleasure of just picking up and swinging around. I love this saber. Again, I'm going to link a couple of videos down below. I'm also going to link the website for SlothFurnace, and I encourage you to check it out. I mean, SlothFurnace is a legend in the community, just like Nerfherder Customs, just like Solo Sabers. They are in tiers of their own. and I encourage you all to check them out. I would love it if you watch their channels. I would love it if you scroll through Sloth's build logs. I mean, like I said, that guy is an animal when it comes to custom sabers and concept arts and designs and stuff like that. And he's got this like wicked spring release crystal chamber thing that he does that just blows my mind. It is so cool. But anyways, guys, yeah, this is my Derelict 2.0. I love this thing. Nice unstable type blade.
I'm Jolie Bindo.
Gotta have the blade. And I love that the spit take ignition on that font too. Just
The
Exile, main character in KOTOR 2. Cyan blade.
This is my apprentice,
Darth Jar Jar, the boy, the goat. One of my favorite gag fonts by a lot. Sounds cool, sounds mean. Lot of Jar Jar clips on this. Love Jar Jar. I don't care. Sue me, fight me, I don't care. Jar Jar Binks is incredible. Gotta have some Vader. This is Father V2, I think, from Kyber Phonics. But it's the Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader, which is a good font.
The smuggler.
And back to the smuggler. Yeah, this is my Derelict. This is never leaving me. This is never going to be for sale because this isn't inspired by design. Do not do an inspired by somebody else's design and sell. It is awful. It's terrible. Bad business practice. Bad thing to do. Don't do it. But that being said, I don't have to worry about that because this thing is getting buried with me. I love this saber. And it was a starting point for me in a lot of ways, getting into customs and stuff like that. But that's it for this guy. We will see in the next one, which, spoiler alert, it's another Scrapflex. See you later. May the Force be with you.